what the ladies do, we can also do. So for the first time in history, again, a very young history, because women's football wasn't really big 20 years ago. For the first time in history, shall I call it one team, or teams from one place get to win both the men and the women's Premier League, which I think is really unique. And you are right, it points to the kind of effort and hard work that they have put in.
Indeed, we call them the kings and queens of Kenyan football, Kenya Police. Next to me is Bellino Demba, the head coach of Police Bullets. We have the TM of Kenya Police, George Maelo. We have the top scorer, Okabi. She scored 16 in the Women's Premier League, and that is Rebecca Okwaro. And you have the one and only Cheche, David Ochieng, the captain of Kenya Police. For today, we start ladies first. We start with Bellino Demba. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
I remember the last time we interacted with you, you said, listen, winning the league, it was no fluke. This is something we can do again and again. And you've done it. What was your secret for success in 2025? Because this time around is slightly different to Okabi because they lost one game. Last season, they were unbeaten.
The secret still remains good governance, organization, teamwork, structures, and having a good team. And I'll say maybe it's because also we are the best remunerated team in the Women Premier League.
The best remunerated team?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Well, what's been the difference between last year and this year in terms of the season? How it panned out?
This year the season was a little bit, I'll say it was a little bit difficult. I'll give credit to women football in general. It's growing and it's growing big. Effort was seen in most of the teams. Maybe after Kenya Police Bullets came in and started paying players, I'll say that a lot other teams started paying their players or treating their women football players better. So there was a lot of motivation from, let me say, maybe 70% of the teams in the league. And the league was very competitive. We actually lost one match, not the same as last time. We ran unbeaten. And we won the match, we won the league on the last day of the league, on the last league match. In the other one, we won earlier. So when we were playing our last match, we were already winners, we were already champions. But this time, we had to fight until the last day. So there's really big improvement in women football. Structurally, FKF is trying, but of course they can do better. But within the teams, within the management of different teams, I'll say that I'll give a big up to people running the women teams.
What are some of the improvements that have made the league more competitive this season compared to last year? What are some of those things you've seen and you're like, guys are catching up, guys are putting in the work? Would you highlight some of them?
One, I'll say it's structure. Our teams are better structured. Two, I'll say, last season, I remember we were the only team which was going to the gym. We were the only team that was training for 5 days in a week. Now there's more effort in other teams. We do not have I do not know what motivated the team so much. Maybe it's also the CAF Championship, but we still do not have a prize money for winning. So the motivation is more intrinsic, and I think that's a good thing.
Milo, how did it feel? We move on now to the men's team when you guys were given this trophy. Because if you think of the journey that Kenya Police has had last year towards about the first 9 games, I think there's a time the Okabi were in the relegation zone. Would you have expected mtafika mpaka hapa na mchukue hii title?
Yeah, I can say it was a tall order because the main thing was how can we survive in the league. The team was number 18 actually after 8 matches. And that's the time the management had to make a serious decision. I remember that time I was not in the team, and coming back that time after removing the technical bench, all of it. I remember the 2 matches. Demba was the coach for the 2 matches, so that we were able to guide the players. We had 2 points, I think. Yeah. 2 points, and from there. When they bring the new coach, myself, and we had a good squad, there was time that players could now see they can come out of relegation. So after coming out of relegation, they believe they can do it. The dressing room was very, very active, led by our fantastic captain Cheche with the experience. They had to come together with the management, with the players. We had a vision and a goal. Now, after playing about 5 matches, winning consecutively, the dream was now clear. It can be possible. And that's the time they are triggered. The players themselves were triggered that it's possible. We are now at the top of the league. And being on top of the league is when they say, now, going up is easy, but removing us from there, it was hard. So everybody was pushing, and the management also felt that this dream can be a reality. Now, let us put more effort, let us console, let us encourage each other. And Mwasomi, I'll praise our players. They were committed 100% that they can do it.
Cheche,
Yo.
Muko 18, number 18, after 8 games. I'm sure that particular point as a captain, of course, there's more pressure on you because you are the one who's directly involved with the team. What else shifted? Nini muli change, mukasema, hapana, hatuwezi kuwa hapa? Because coming from 18 to number 1, what changed?
I think as the TM has said, a lot of players, when you are on the 18th on the table, I know we believe that, of course, we could not have been relegated because...
Were you even thinking of winning the league at that time?
No, you're not thinking about winning the league. We were thinking about maybe getting a good position in the league, maybe top 5, but it was still early on the table to be on the relegation battle because we had played a few matches than the other players, other teams, I mean. And you could see a team like KCB were on the top of the table at that time, and you could see that the points difference was too huge. So you're just training hard to try and maybe get a good points and a good number on the table by that time.
TM, allow me to take you back, because the story in the last maybe 3 years with Kenya Police has been, they've got the quality, but they just won't get over the line. Some of the best players in the country all joined police, whether it's Muguna, whether it's Kahata, whether it's Cheche, whether it's Jesse Were. All of them were just congregating at police. But for some reason, Loga came, Loga Rusic, it didn't work out. Babu was there, it didn't work out. What was the problem? Why wouldn't it all come together?
I think professionalism at some point, whereby in the issue of Loga Rusic, at that time, you could feel that the players were being called they're old. And it was a tussle between the players and the coach. At the end of the day, what I come to believe today, if the coach and the dressing room is not right, even if you have the best, even if you have enough money, you can't get the results. The main thing is the dressing room. Because if the goodness I have my coach here, Udemba, his dressing room is well manned and has a good relationship with the players. They will give you, because they're the people who are in the ground, they will give you what you want. But I came to realize when the coach can inflict some bad feeling to the players, maybe through the comment, and the players will take it with a lot of seriousness. Even one player, he can affect the whole team.
So what did Etienne do when he came in? What is that he changed? Like you're saying, there were issues, the dressing room versus the management, maybe not getting along. What did Etienne do, and you, because you are part of it, to turn it around?
The best thing we did is just to bring the players together. They believe in each other. They had a goal, and they maintained the focus and appreciated each other. Well, my slogan has always been to them, the person next to you will make you a champion. And they bought that slogan, appreciating each other with the different efforts and uniqueness of each other. And now, I can say, it has come to pass.
Cheche, what were the problems? Why were you guys at loggerheads with maybe 3-4 coaches in the last 3-4 years? What was it that wasn't clicking?
I think, as you can see from police history, we've been in the Premier League for, I think, the past four seasons. And they came, the first season we were number 9, and then we started buying good players, and the second season after that, we became number 3. And then the third season again, we clocked number 3, and now this time we are champions. So we can't say much. It was about the dressing room, because it was a new formed team, and it came to the Premier League. And you all know, coming to the Premier League, it's a bit difficult because it needs some experience and all. But we can talk about taking the league this time around. I guess, as the team manager said, we had faith in each other in the dressing room, and we believed in what we could do. The good thing about this is we all decided to go one way, and it was like, let's go for this league this time, because when it came to December, we were number 1 in the Premier League, and we knew if we stayed there for the next 6 months, we'll be champions. So we all believed on this goal, and all of us, we worked hard for it, and with the changing room, the management, the executives, we all on one goal, and God willing, it worked.
Let's now shift back to the ladies. And Rebecca, how does it feel, first of all, being the top scorer? Because I know last season you missed it by 1 goal. This time round, you're the top scorer. What did you do differently? I know it's a difference of 1 goal. How did you describe the season?
This season was a bit tough compared to the last season, because the teams came prepared. Yeah.
In what way? What do you say? Wako prepared in what way?
Walikuwa like wame train fiti alafu
walikuwa tu a bit tougher.
Yeah.
Talking about your golden boot, 16 goals you score in the Women's Premier League, and you dedicated to your father. Tell us about your relationship with your father, because I know he comes, he supports you a lot. Just tell us about how he's played a role. Vile amekusaidia sana kuwa player vile uko sahi.
Yeah, my father played a very big role in my life. Like, kwanzia nikiwa mdogo, yeye ndiye amekuwa akini encourage, and then pia kuni support. Si wazazi wote wanaweza support.
Right.
Yeah, amekuwa akini support shuleni nini.
Ukiwa wieta, sio?
Yeah.
Wazazi wengi, Rebecca, hawasupport watu na mpira. I can speak from experience. I'm sure Bernard can speak from experience. So mbona yeye ako different? Mbona yeye anaona tu, kwanza nayo ni msichana, hata si kijana. Unajua kijana pengine watu wanasema unajua kijana anaweza kuwa Olunga. Msichana. Mbona yuko tofauti na wengine? Pengine unajua ni kwa nini? Mbona akaamua msichana wangu nitamsukuma, nitamsupport hadi juu?
Mimi naweza sema maybe alikuwa like he believed in me. Yeah.
And how does that support help you when you know your father is there all throughout?
It helped me because throughout the shule yote, like yote hakuna yenye amelipa fee, yote ni through football. Yeah.
Beldin,
Yeah.
Rebecca was previously Thika Queens, alafu change, alafu sasa kaenda, recall. What did you see in her that you felt you must come back to
But then I recalled after she had started training as a referee. Come on,
really?
watch jokes.
She had said, okay.
You want to come back
before you referee? Why? Mbona ilifanya ukasema mimi wacha niachane na ball, wacha nikuwa nini referee?
Yeah. Nikiwa Thika Queens, I got an injury.
Yes.
My left arm ilikuwa imevunjika. So nikajiambia football itanivunja tena, mguu, acha tu sasa niende nitafute career nyingine.
Referee. Yeah. Mbona treatment kufanya rehabilitation kwa sababu wachezaji wameumia, si mara ya kwanza?
I think niliogopa.
Ukasema wacha ukwe referee.
Yeah.
Lines kwanza. Assistant na hiyo mkono yake imevunjika.
Na ulijuaje anataka kuwa referee? No. Hiyo conversation ilikuwa aje?
So this is what happened.
Yes.
There were playoffs huko in Nakuru.
Yes.
2022-23 playoffs. They were in Nakuru. And then there was a friendly match, FKF staff against Nakuru locals, Nakuru referees and locals. So I saw her there playing, and I was like, this girl can still play. She had added some weight, but yeah, she still had something. So when I came back to Nairobi, I wasn't the coach. I had not been appointed as the coach of the police bullet. So when I was appointed as a coach, nikitengeneza team, looking for players, I didn't get a striker. I was like, Rebecca used to be a striker. It looks like she can come back and play. So I called her. And she was like, oh, coach, me ball nilivunjika. You come to Nairobi, we speak.
So this time she's in Nakuru?
Yeah.
This story is all happening when she's in Nakuru?
When she's in Nakuru, yeah.
Okay.
And now, when I was speaking to her, I was in the national team camp. We were traveling. So when she came, she texted on WhatsApp, Coach nimefika. Then I told her, go for training, JSU, this time, rah, rah, rah. When I get there, what do I do? Change and train. That was it. Then the guys who were there, my technical team, told me that, hey, Udema kona kitu. She is a good player. She can do this. So first we started training on, working hard on shedding the weight first, and then getting her to play. So she wasn't starting in the beginning. 3-4 matches she didn't start. She was coming in, and every time she comes in, she used to score. Every time she comes in, she scores. And then now she became a regular starter. So when the year ended, normally before I start my pre-season, I hold a meeting with my players, and we all talk about our goal for the season. And then every individual player writes their goal and how they would like us to assist. So we have a lot of individual trainings. We have that we do with them. Sometimes we just make trainings and send to them what they can do individually at home and in their own space. So Becky wrote that this season I want to be a top scorer, and I'm hoping for 20 goals. She was hoping for 20 goals. But as she
Which season was that?
said, this season.
This season, okay.
Yeah. But as she had already said, this season was much difficult than the other season. If I may answer the question that she was asked, nini ilifanyika? I think in the first season when we came, tulistua zingine kwa league. That is what happened. They were not ready for us. And then now, again, they started working, strategizing, and making sure that we don't win the league again, or they win the league, the other teams. So this season wasn't as easy wasn't as rosy as last season, but yeah, she's here. She gave her best. She didn't get her 20 goals. I know ataiweka tena kwa this year single.
Goals 25, 26.
25, 26, yeah. And yeah, so far so good.
What makes her special? I want you to speak as a coach.
First of all, she's good on the ball. Secondly, she can play in a very small space. And then she has eyes for the goal. That's what you need from a striker.
Did you always want to be a footballer kutoka ukiwa mdogo? Ilikuwa tu ball ama ilikuwa athletics, alafu handball, alafu volleyball, alafu wewe ni mfupi? Mbona ulienda hapa je kwa ball in the first place?
I guess ilijileta tu. Like nilianza nikiwa mdogo sana. Yeah.
So ni kwa nini ni juu watu walikuwa wanacheza nje hao, watu walikuwa wanacheza shule? Like because kuna kuanga na kapad tu hivi, unaona ndio ikam.
Mimi nilijipata tu nacheza, nilikuwa naenda nacheza na brothers zangu, wakienda kucheza pia mimi naenda nao. So ilijipa tu hivyo.
My brothers ni wangapi? Ni wakubwa kukuliko?
Yeah, ni wakubwa kuniliko.
So ulikuwa unaenda nao?
Nilikuwa naenda nao.
Uko unachunwa ukienda nao?
Nikichunwa so wako watani protect.
We go back to Kenya Police FC. Cheche.
Yo.
At what point did you feel like, hapa kuna venye tunaweza shinda hii league? At what point did you feel that actually we can actually be title contenders? Because if you look at the journey, first 8 games, you changed a few things, Etienne came on board. At what point did you feel like hii kitu tunaweza ichukua?
I think it was on the 21st or the 22nd of December. We played against Kakamega Homeboys, and from there we topped the table. And then after that, we went for, it was like a 4, 5, 6 day holiday. And then when we came back in January, we are all the players, the management, the coaches, the coaching staff, we said, if you can top the table right now, because we are in the relegation zone, now we are on top of the table by the time the first leg was done. So we we can play these few matches and still remain top of the table. To say so, we stayed on the top of the table from January until the weekend of Good Friday, when Tusker came on top of the table after our loss to Lindsay. And then after that, we got back up there,
right,
and we never left.
That must have not been easy, because everyone was coming at you. It was a very ping pong.
Everyone comes at Kenya Police, I think. The coach has said from the Bullet side. It's always a tough season. I think last season too, we were short of 6 points from Gor Mahia when they took the league. This season too, when the league started, we were playing the cup matches, and when we came back, it was already the teams had already played 4 or 5 matches. So by the time you start, each and every game has been a final to us. You can see all the games. Sometimes you go see other teams play and you're like, okay, next weekend we're playing against you guys. I think it can be an easy ride. And then when the match day comes, it's always final. We played all the games, it has been final. Even our last match against Gor Mahia, we already won the league, but again, it was another final. So we're the team to beat.
How much has the experience helped? The fact that you've got old heads in the team, like everywhere you look, there's someone who's been there, done that. How much has that helped the team get over the line?
I can say in this season it helped a lot when we were top of the table. The pressure is there because each and every season, every team comes for the team that is on top of the table. So the weekends from the matches, the opponents, and then the dressing room, of course, because we are a mix of experienced players with the young ones, and so it helps a lot because there are times that the pressure is there because we lost 2 crucial matches against Ulinzi, and then we went to Kakamega Homeboys and lost. So those are the moments that the team feels like you need the experienced players to back in the changing room to tell the boys, guys, it's not all lost. You can still go and fight for it.
TM. We can't talk about the Kenya Police season and not talk about some of the sticky moments about it. Biggest, of course, would be Matasi. Yeah, it would be remiss for us to not talk about it. How did you get the team over that, all that commotion around it?
Yeah, the main thing I can second that is from what Chichi has said, the captain, the experienced players. Yeah, you know, it takes courage for an experienced person to tell someone, you're doing a mistake. This is wrong. Yeah, through that courage, it also enables us to make a decision very fast. You will not be playing the second match. I believe that was a match after we have lost to Kakamega. We have drawn to Kakamega Homeboys. 2 minutes, we are up. The captain being told, hey, guys, we are remaining 2 minutes. Sober up. No silly mistake. Then you see the goal. We did not talk for like 2 days. And when we came back to training, we were just observing. I told coach, what are you feeling? The coach also has a feeling like, no, this is not right, because the players themselves were bitter about what has happened. You're training the whole week and pushing yourself, then a silly, stupid mistake like that, you cannot be allowed. So we had to make a decision. You will not be going to God. That weekend, I remember, we're going to, I think we're going to Moranga, playing again Moranga Seal. We had to make a decision. He's not on the lineup. Some senior players were there, and we went and took Jobu to go to the post.
When you guys are making the decision, are you thinking there's something bigger than what you are seeing, or are you just thinking the mistakes are out? Like, what was the thought process then? Were you suspecting anything, or are you guys just like, this can't go on, we need a change?
There was we had to suspect because something talked about several times by various people of various stakeholders, like when they were in confederation, then coming to different league matches, people, even national team, people were talking, how comes this one. So we had to go deeper also and try to do, because we are police. We are police. In fact, we are professionals.
Cheche,
Yo.
what's happening during that period? Like, what's the mood like? How are you guys feeling when you're starting to think, we are not sure, is this... What's the feeling like, especially among, like you said, there's a lot of senior players in the team. What was the feelings like around that period?
Because we are supposed to play our different roles in the game. That means when police sign experienced players. Like I'm a centre back, I'm supposed to help by defending. Your goalkeeper is supposed to help, and all these other places on the field. So when mistakes are made oftenly, then I think the technical bench has to make a decision, because it's an experienced player, and then you have to. Like they said, they had to tell him to step aside a little bit, because we have other goalkeepers. So as to me too, if I'm not playing well in the centre back, I think the other centre backs that can replace me. So it was an easy mistake. It was some mistakes happened, and the bench decided to have a change on him. But then we didn't know it was that deep.
Coach Beldin,
Yes.
of course you've been involved in different capacities. That must be a lot on your entry, because you're focusing on the performance of the team. You're also focusing on issues of integrity as well. How are you able to navigate around that? Because he's mentioned, he said, look, there was this conversation regarding one specific player. Is it something that you have in the back of your mind as well as a coach? Like, okay, as much as my team is performing in a certain way, I have to see whether these things that are happening organically, or there is something interesting behind it.
Yeah, you have to. Sometimes it's your players. Sometimes it's officiating. So you have to look at it. I've trained. This is how we trained. We were ready for this match. I remember when I was entering for police in the two matches. When I came in, we only had one training session, and then we had a match the following day. So during the training, I called the other goalkeeper, the second goalkeeper, on the first team, and I could see their faces. And after the training, I called Cheche and Musa. Musa, the former captain, was also there. I told them, listen, I'm going with my gut feeling. You know, you guys maybe are not comfortable, or the other goalkeeper had already been prepared for this match, but allow me to go with my gut feeling. So I'm going with the second goalkeeper. Then they said, okay, coach, if that's how you feel, it's okay, we are going to support what you feel.
Was it before? Or
it was before the issue. Yeah, it was before the issue, because when I was...
I'm trying to understand, because you know, gut feeling is...
Exactly.
What describe that gut feeling? Like, what made you? Because you're an experienced coach there. That's why I was asking. How do you...
I was watching a lot of their matches. I was watching their trainings most of the time, and now I was stepping in as a coach. So sometimes you look at things and you feel that maybe we need to make this decision, or we need to make this change. So I was, of course, I saw those matches, I saw those goals, I saw how we were conceding, and if the problem is not with the first, second, and third department, it's on the last department. You have to make changes. If you're not getting goals, I had to try and get the person that I felt was the best striker at the moment. And I remember for the first time I introduced Zakayo, and he started the match and even played it for 90 minutes for the first time. So sometimes as a coach, you train your players, but you also have a feeling, and it always works. 99%. 99% the gut feeling works as a coach. Sometimes you have your squad, you sleep over it, and at night you are like, no, this can change. I should change this. So it was just a feeling, and I also told them that we also need to give other players chances. So we did give the second goalkeeper a chance, and he had a clean sheet.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. Coach Beldin sounds very proud of that choice. Like that gut feeling was right on the money.
And you see, he's now
the first choice.
No, he's
the
Golden
Glove. He's the Golden Glove, yes.
Award winner, so it's a good thing.
Alipewa kitu atafaa kutumia.
As the first person who had faith in him.
Alipewa kitu itafaa.
Like he said, this is it.
So to answer your question, we watched the match with our feelings and a third eye. Yes.
TM, because you can imagine, like, she was, of course, the coach for Kenya Police Bullets, and then she came in to stand in for Kenya Police. That tells you that there's a system that works at Kenya Police. Like, you're able to move things here, left, right, and center quickly for things to move. Help us understand in terms of support for obviously police, and I'm sure possibly you have some idea what happens for the Bullets. What kind of support do these two teams get?
The management, and through the board and our executive chair, challenge Mr. Nyale Munga. Because he's the leader for the both teams. So everything like a triangle comes to the top. So it's easy to consult from, he can consult maybe Beldin about the men's team, and also he can consult even the captain about what is happening to the ladies team. So that consultation, that funding, and that teamwork, it has enabled Kenya Police to be a unique team. Because mostly you find even the board members, they will come and watch ladies match, they will come and watch men's match, and they will pick some things. And the goodness of it, they don't sleep with it. They can also be able to share. Like for her, when they removed the whole technical bench, she came with the whole technical bench again. They were doing extra. You're coming from the ladies training morning, evening you are there with the men. So that cohesion, that togetherness. I remember when I was going to watch their match, and they were saying like, I have a feeling that the ladies have been champions. Let's touch that championship so that it can flow to the men's team. And actually, it has happened. The men's team are champions. Now they will feel, they will be playing, believing that they're champions. Like for them, they're taking the second time. We want to take it for the second time.
I know how competitive the forces are. Prisons, KDF, AP. How special does it feel like that you are like, we are now the kings? Is it special? Does it have an extra feeling?
Yeah, it has an extra team, an extra mile, because when we talk about professionalism, it's how smart or what achievement have you bring. Like the other time, when you look at in the system of the forces, the other time about Westgate, there were a lot of issues about Westgate. And later, you come to Dusit. Did the police do well? Yes, the GSU did well. The rec team did well.
Yes.
Now, same in football.
Yes.
Kenya Police, is the king.
It's
Why?
the king now.
Coming in the Premier League within a short time. They have the ladies team. They're champions. The men team is now champion. We have the best professionalism about football because we have the best coaches. We have the best players. We have the best management.
And you have the trophy.
And I have the trophy.
So, what happens next year? Because next year is going to be very interesting in the Kenyan Premier League. Champions are Kenya Police. Ulinzi are champions from the year 2010, 2011? 2010.
Yeah.
2010. Then you have Bomet who are coming up, if I'm not mistaken.
Bomet,
APS Bomet. So, does that create new derbies in there?
I was counting the derbies are like 5. Name the derbies.
Yes.
1, Ulinzi, which has always been derby.
Yes.
We go to now Kamega Homeboys because of previous coach. You remember my players were celebrating because iliwauma. Kwa sababu you come to now AP Bomet, which is coming in. KFC, it's always been under derby for Kenya Police because of the players. Then Ad Gor Mahia because of them.
You have a lot of enemies. Football-wise.
For me, it is a privilege.
Yes.
Why? Everybody will be coming to you. To our players, they will always be keen. That's why you see Berlin saying, after the season, you sit with the players and plan. For us, it's not about just the trophy. We should plan well, recruit well. And also, every match for us will be a final. Because 5 matches, what made a difference for us this league is winning 5 consecutive matches.
Right.
Now, if we have 5 derbies, and we win those 5 consecutive derbies,
Champions.
we're champions.
Rebecca, coaches, TM is talking about derbies, and I know for it's interesting. The men's for next season, obviously, that interesting component. But now for the women's, it's already happened to some extent because it was tight with Ulinzi Starlets as well. Ukichezanga Ulinzi Starlets na kuangaje, energy na kuangaje, una feelingi tunacheza Ulinzi Starlets lazima tujitume kabisa. Ina kuangaje mcheza against Ulinzi because it was tight with them as well for the title this season.
tukicheza na Ulinzi energy lazima ikuwe juu because pia si tutaki kushindwa na wao pia wataki kushindwa, so hiyo game lazima tu ikuwe tough.
Because alikuwa mwafuata sana hii season.
Yeah.
Beldin, are you impressed with, I know you spoke about competitiveness, but to build up on Bernard's point, Ulinzi, Kibera Soccer the other day just did wonderfully well. The Higa Queens were the Queens maybe 2-3 years ago. Then there is yourselves. Are you impressed with just how competitive the women's league is getting?
Very much impressed. And I also believe that the teams that are coming from NSL, for example, Kayole, they're coming to also to give us competition. All of us, it's a good team. They have a good bench, an experienced bench, and a number of experienced players who also played in Premier League previously and went now to NSL. Now they are back again. I think it's going to be more competitive than ever. Yeah. So again, we need to work extra as a team to make sure that we retain the trophy.
So next year, I retain the trophy. What is the other goal? I've seen the CAF Women's Champions League. Starts with the regional, and then you get a chance to. What are you looking at? What are you, because you've won this twice now, so we are starting to think it's obvious. Beldin and Kenya and the Bullets win. So is there a bigger goal?
Yeah, of course, there's a bigger goal. Last time we went for the CAF Champions League, CAF chapter, and we were finalists. This time we do not want to be finalists because finalists do not qualify for the larger CAF Champions League. Only winners qualify. So we are working hard towards that. We want to qualify and represent the CECAFA region.
TM.
So
Last season you were in Confed, didn't do so well. Next season you're in the Champions League. You're the Kenyan champions. What's the bare minimum we should expect from the police team?
Yeah, like the vision of our boss, my chairman, Mr. Nyali, the group stage. Want to go to group stage. And I love what our top striker said and told the coach that I want 20 goals. She made with 16, which is an A for me because only 4 goals. Now for us, we are going to another level. Gor Mahia did well when I think they almost went to.
They got to the Confed group stage.
Yes. So it's a matter of trying to look for legacy, which is not easy. It needs pain, it needs sacrifice, commitment, good planning, consultation. We will be able to achieve that.
How do you achieve it? Do you recruit? Do you increase on your team?
One thing is planning. Good planning, good reinforcement, because we have good players. So we just reinforce where we have a need. Then motivation, making sure that the players' mentality, physically and everything, they're well. Then at the end of it all, we also seek God guidance, because by grace also you pray that you don't have many injuries to your players, because you are looking at the league, the Champions League, then you are coming back to the league. You need your players to be 100%. So that you can be able to achieve whatever you plan. So I believe we have the mentality, we have the capacity to push and make a difference to these big teams.
Maybe final question from me. What opportunities do the players who get to play for police get to have in terms of starting a career in the force?
It's a good thing. It's a good experience. Most of the time I always look at personally I loved to join the police. Like a professional police officer, because one, you become more exposed. One, because different culture, different people, different character, good training, and you also have opportunity to grow, because a police officer can be today, he has never traveled, but you find him working maybe in US, working in different capacity, going for peacekeeping. So it's a good avenue for Kenya Police. Me, I believe our hashtag is Tucheze Tujuane, policing through sports. It's the only way we can deter criminality. We can be able to rehabilitate, because being a player in that pitch, it's not about a police officer. You are a sport personnel. And we see what sports are done, a lot of marvelous things to the society for peace. And mostly, you find that the law enforcers from the KDF, prisons, forest, we are the harbor of talent. We are the hub of talent. We have a lot of talented people in different avenues. Because I remember one time when I was in training, we were doing the shooting competition. There was a guy, I remember the former commissioner, Mr. Ali, asked, is this a recruit? He was a good shooter. Until today, he's always in Berlin making a lot of money because of the talent. Same happens in sports. We have big, like I'm so happy when I look at Jobu Cheng. He from Madare to Kenya Police to training back, he has the Golden Globes. He is a role model to many who don't see. They don't know them, but it's a very good impact through sports. When we're good investment, good management, without putting a lot of selfishness, we will be able to go far, even in the national team.
Cheche, final words. You have a target on your backs.
Yeah, we have a target on our backs now because I think 18 teams in the Premier League, they're coming for us next season. 17, sorry, 17, including us. We have to fight for us. So they'll be coming for us. It's not about the derbies because sometimes we lose derbies like we lost against Ulinzi. But now we are going to play the Confederation Cup. So we have to find a way to get into group stages because when we get to group stages too, it's about the players too. We can get good incentives and we can change our lives through that. So we have to just now relax, come back, fight for the league and fight for a good position in the Champions League.
As we finish, I have a question. I saw a picture of Shakava the other day, dressed in fatigue. Is that a dream you have somewhere in your head, Chacha? I've known you for a long time. is that maybe something somewhere in the pipeline? Because as you get towards this...
I have a lot. I have friends in the police, including our team manager. So I think sisi wote tuwezi kwa makarao. Na ngoja side ingine, but it's a good thing because as he has said, a lot of players in our team. I think there are almost 11, 12 players that are in the police force, and it's good for their families. And pia tusaidia mtaani tukishikwa.
Masimu zinapigwa mingi.
Masimu pia zikipigwa.
Thank you so much, Beldin, TM, Rebecca, Captain, nashukuru sana. Allow you guys to still stay around because we're just going to do quickly in terms of short of the weekend and then on the timeline as we wind up. Now, short of the weekend, this one, of course, is reflecting on what transpired this past weekend. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. Nairobi United, Wakabi, they stand Gor Mahia, and this next image that was captured by Chris Omolo captures that moment. You can see there.
That's celebration on
That's
one
celebration.
side.
You can see the Gor Mahia player on the ground.
With the
I think that is Sylvester Owino who's on the ground.
Oh, he's the one who's
yes.
Who's feeling that the world is crushed on him.
And then Bernardo Uma, of course, he's moved his shirt, celebrating, enjoying himself. This photo was captured on Sunday.
Absolutely fantastic. Remember the previous week I asked one for police. I said, come on, we must have one of celebration.
Yes.
So I guess this one is better than lifting the trophy. And once again, it shows you...
You're getting...
getting to churches now. My apologies, churches. It says everything about the game.
Yes.
And if you wanted to know how Kogalo fans felt,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen videos of what happened to Zico.
After.
You know, we say if you're a goal coach, you must put on sneakers. So he put on his sneakers yesterday.
Yeah.
And I think it just tells you, I think it started from this picture. But once again, congratulations to Nairobi United. It's a wonderful achievement for them. First team from the nationwide to win a trophy since Sofapak,
Since Sofapak,
2007.
Yes.
They've made history. That is 18 years ago, Bernard.
Oh, phenomenal. Now, we go on the timeline and now we take a look at some interesting conversations on social media. And this next one was an interesting one because, of course, Wakabi, remember, there's been a tournament that's been happening in India.
Yes.
The Rugby Premier League. And two Kenyans have been representing us. That is Kevin Wekesa and
Patrick Odongo.
Patrick Odongo. And they have been lighting it up, especially Patrick Odongo. You can see here, they're in the final. They played against Chennai Bulls. Yes, they were humbled, but this game here, he scored the winning try that helped them beat their opponent. So he was playing for the Bulls. And you can see there, typical what he does.
Oh, nice. In, out.
In, out, gone. Patrick Odongo.
And then too strong, too powerful.
Yes.
And again.
It's a special tournament happening in India.
That's really nice. I really hope the tournament is over now.
Yes.
He can get some rest. I need that knee checked.
Yes.
I don't like it.
But I think he was at 100%.
I still don't like it.